weekend it shall be. We are so excited to see. Oh my lord. I'm thinking the most terrifying game for me this weekend is most definitely the Bills. If they don't come through, that could be the end of a couple coaches' careers. This is huge. Um, Philly, if they're one and done, I don't think there's going to be any changes only because they won the Super Bowl last year. It would be wonderful to see one of the quarterbacks, the young quarterbacks, and I mean like CJ Stroud, really come up and get a win. That would be awesome. How about Drake May having his very first playoff game and being able to win that and keeping the Patriots alive? That would be insane, right? Bo Nix, he is now accustomed to some of the pressures, maybe better equipped to be able to handle the stresses. This is like another level of insanity. So, what I'm going to do is get a couple things set up and I'm going to play some music. We play AI music here. This is brand new. My soul is fed. Enjoy.
Feel the sunlight kiss my skin. Every moment life's begin. Open heart and spread my wings. Trust the world is everything. Waves of love wash over me. Endless dreams like open sea. Grateful I see beauty's face. In this world I find my place. Boundless bliss and endless skies. Trust the world where hope won't die. Gift of life, a precious thread. In its arms my soul is fed. My soul is fed. My soul is fed. Fields of wonder, dreams so bright. Chase the stars into the night. Life's a canvas painted bold. Trust the story, love it told. Mountains high and valleys deep. Whispered secrets, moments keep. Heartbeats race with joy anew. Trust the world, it's made for you. Boundless bliss and endless skies. Trust the world where hope won't die. Gift of life, a precious thread. In its arms my soul is fed. My soul is fed. My soul is fed.
I hope you enjoyed that. My soul is fed. So today, AFC, the Broncos, their biggest concern has to be their lack of run game. And they have been suffering for a while on that. So let me see what I can do here. Get this back so you can see me. All the creations that you're hearing are made on Suno. Udio is another one that almost seems to be trapped on an island, not going anywhere fast. So if you look at the Broncos, J.K. Dobbins has been out since November with a foot injury. And the only weaponry they've really had is R.J. Harvey as their primary back, who is averaging just 3.7 per carry. There's not a lot of breakout potential there as a rookie. He has been a bit of a savior. Don't get me wrong, but he's not a breakout back yet. The Patriots, their biggest weakness, I would say, is the pass rush. The Patriots have emerged into a sound team on both offense and defense, but lack the pass rush of several other teams. Yeah, I would agree with that. The Patriots finished tied for 22nd in the league in sacks. Yeah. They they're a team that have done incredibly well with the weapons they have. The other thing I've heard too is that their schedule has been uh, not very challenging. So it has been beneficial to them, and they've had an easier route than many of the other teams. So we'll see. This is all do or die. We know that, right? One and done if things don't work out. The Jaguars is probably, for me, the most sound team that I've seen coming into the playoffs. And as it says here, it's hard to pinpoint a dire weakness on the Jacksonville end squad, but their passing defense is not their strongest unit, particularly with Jordan Lewis now out for the postseason. The Jaguars have not faced a truly elite passing game since their blowout loss to the Rams back in London. I remember that game. But Jacoby Brissett, Davis Mills, and Bo Nix have all been able to put up numbers on their defense. Josh Allen will be the toughest quarterbacks. Yeah, well, Josh Allen is a superhuman being, right? There are some elite quarterbacks. Let's be real that are still left. Jalen Hurts, if they get that far, is still, I think, one of the coolest cats when under pressure. We'll see how far CJ Stroud does this year. CJ Stroud might do very well this year and be able to get past the first couple of games. I'm hoping. Do they have the depth? Probably not. Matthew Stafford is another one where he's going to have a lot more weapons if they make it to that. But I have a really strong feeling that the Jags will win today over Buffalo. And unless Josh performs a miracle and people step up who are not usually known as being stars, Keon Coleman needs to step up, right? We'll see. So the Jags to me look solid. I'm not worried about them at all. Okay, Steelers. The return of DK Metcalf from the 2-day, it's not 2 days, two game suspension. And probably felt like a million years for him, not just one day. Let me look here. I'm really curious about something. I'm wondering if they actually fixed this. No, that's what I thought. They still haven't done that. So it's telling me, sending data. Unable to connect. Yeah, that one you have to do it a different way. Interesting. They've never made that seamless, which would be wonderful. Huh. All right. We tried. If you try and don't succeed, that's okay. So, DK Metcalf, the harmony, the bliss, the abundance that is now available with Aaron Rodgers and all the work that they've done. They've done a lot of work. They beat a great team. Ravens are a solid team. They also got lucky. It could have been a very different story. It could have been one, done, and that field goal saved them. So we'll have to see what kind of miracles they can pull out of a hat at this time of the year. It'll be interesting to see that. So for the Texans, their Achilles heel or their weak points would definitely be their lack of run game. Uh, CJ Stroud, though, I have just a suspicion is going to be able to lift up and elevate his game and find ways to, he's going to have to run. He's going to have to scramble. He's going to be chased. I guarantee it. This will not be an easy game, but this will probably be the greatest. How do we say this nicely? The greatest challenge that he has faced in the playoffs so far. And he is a man of faith. I really believe that he thinks he will get favor, and just having that favor with the spiritual side of football, he has been edited. I don't know if you guys know this, but on some of the broadcasts, they will not let him praise God. And they will sometimes through AI change and modify his speech. And I've seen it. It's very interesting how certain networks do not want to affiliate to the Christian faith at all. They don't want that. All right, we've got Jalen Noel, Jalen Higgins, and Xavier Hutchinson as the receivers. Is there one person there that you recognize their name? Probably not. We also know that there is other weapons we wish were there that are injured. Woody Marks, though, which is their running back this year, he's a rookie, has been phenomenal. And he has had a few moments, but his average is only 3.5 per carry, but deemed to be one of the better running backs with his progression that has happened so far. The Bills' run defense some days shows up, other days it's awful. It's almost embarrassing. The weakest part of Sean McDermott's Bills has to be their run defense. I've seen certain teams where they don't have the ability to tackle, and I don't know why that is, but they just can't tackle anybody. It's horrible. Running the ball is the easiest way to take advantage of a Bills defense that likes to mix up things. Yeah, and they do. But part of that is their core, the players that they have a few key players. I think the strongest part of their game is the running game, right? They have the number one running back in the league. And when he's cooking, he's cooking. He is phenomenal. I'm glad they paid him. They also have two insanely gifted tight ends, right? Can you name them? Come on, you can do it. Well, what if I give you the first name? Dalton Knox. There's the last name too. Yeah. And Kincaid. All right. What's Kincaid's first name? If you know that, put it in the comments. All right. Let's see. What else we got here? My greatest concern today is I got to be real. I'm worried that the Bills just won't have it. And if that's the case, they are going to have to make some changes. And I made a bold prediction a while ago where I said, if he wants to win the Super Bowl, he needs to leave the Bills. He needs to be in a different system. And that didn't meet with any great how do I say this nicely? If they don't do it this run, they won't. And the reason being is there's no Patrick Mahomes. There's no Lamar Jackson. I think they have the ability to get through Jalen Hurts. That team is not functioning at its highest potential. Now, have they been saving something? I don't know. We all know the kryptonite that the Chargers have. Their offensive line is offensive. It's horrible. They have a quarterback that has a broken hand who's still playing, and it has just not been an easy road for them this year. He seems to spend most of the game, Herbert, on his butt because they don't give him enough time to make decisions. He's an exceptionally tough quarterback. He's got an insane arm. That team at best is average. The coaching is unbelievable. And it goes to show you how much coaching can make a big difference. And, you know, the mood. The NFC, the Seahawks, Sam Darnold under pressure. Yes, he is. But Sam Darnold is not expected to pull the full load. And even if he plays a half decent game, they're going to win. They're absolutely loaded with weapons. ETN is mind blowing. Kenneth Walker is amazing. And they have the number one receiver in the league. Anybody know who that is? Come on, you know it. Oh, come on, Jackson. All right, I'll leave it at that. And Jigba, do you know the middle name? I think he is the greatest weapon that they acquired. Metcalf. Yeah. I don't see the Seahawks having any problem at all. I really don't see this. I think they're going to be fine. The 49ers, on the other hand, oh Lord, that might be tough. That might be a tough haul. And this is the thing. I'm going to see some upsets today. I guarantee it. There's going to be people who were deemed not favorites. They're going to win. They're going to find a way to win. This has probably been one of the wackiest seasons I've ever seen. And it's so true. The Seahawks are one of the most complete teams in the playoffs. Yeah. As long as he doesn't make mental errors, Sam Darnold, where he's turning the ball over or fumbling, I think they're going to be fine. I don't think it's going to be a mess. And I don't think he's going to crumble. I think he's learned his lessons from past, echoing of ghosts that he was seeing. Remember that? Bears defense. No team in the playoffs have allowed more field yards or points than the Bears during the regular season. Chicago led the lead in turnovers, they are the turnover kings. They're wonderful. They're differential this season. But when they aren't forcing fumbles or picking off passes, they struggle to get stops. The Bears rank 31st in pass rush win rate, 26th in the run stop win rate, and have more turnovers than any team that's in the playoffs should ever expect. They're going to have to clean it up. But you're going to see people yeah, okay. So we're going to talk about the Eagles just for a second. The Eagles, on the other hand, defensively look insanely good this year to me. Their biggest Achilles heel, everyone knows, is they have a talented offense, but it rarely shows up. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. Oh, this is nice. So Matt Ryan, if anybody knows, is now the football president of the Falcons. The Falcons this year, I thought, were exceptional. They just made some very bonehead decisions. If they were to clean up their game and be more disciplined, I think they could have had 4 more wins. They were and are a very stacked team with a lot of talent. Crazy. So Devontae Smith, Yeah. And Dallas. I love Dallas. He's so good. He's so good. Lane Johnson. Um, they're getting some of the pieces back, right? The Eagles' offense has been scoreless in 4 different halves over the season, and they've won 3 games, which they saw them put up fewer. Yeah, see, that's the thing. They this is a concern to them, but to me, this is a sign of a championship team. Teams that can win by holding their opponent off with only 10 points, that's an exceptional team. And KC, the Chiefs, they were like that for a couple seasons when they were lacking production in, the offense. And I think more and more football is becoming a defensive battle and less offensive. Now, the thing is, if you have a team that is explosive and can get you all kinds of points, which is what mega teams, and we're talking the Lions, we're talking the Bengals, right? They can't seem to keep anybody from scoring a touchdown or making a tackle or coming up with a stop when it's most important. These teams, even like the Browns and the Steelers for that matter, when they show up, and the Ravens years ago, and not that long ago, I'm talking like 2 years ago, had stoppability. But if you look at the heart and soul of the Eagles, it really is their defense. They are a phenomenal team. Now, last year, they didn't depend on them as much, but when it mattered in the Super Bowl, they absolutely devastated the Chiefs. They bullied them. It was embarrassing. So if they can come up with that kind of game, that kind of intensity for the next 5 games, I believe they'll win again. We have to see which Philly will show up. And none of it matters. None of it's nice that the teams make all the money and they have the merchandise and the owners, their pockets get full of gold. But the thing is, right now, this week, this is the beginning of the journey that really matters. And when your seasons are done and you've made your money and you're a professional, do you know what your status really is? How many playoff games you've won? How many Super Bowls have you won? That's what it's all about. And people seem to forget about that. I can't believe how horribly the season has ended this year for the Lions. It's terrible. Now, the Panthers, their weakest point some weeks is Bryce Young, and other weeks it's like a flip of a coin. He is the savior. He's very inconsistent. He has taken impressive steps since he got benched. And he's one of those quarterbacks, because of his size, he's always at risk of getting really hurt. He's brilliant, though, and he's showing signs of that. And I feel like he's starting to understand the pace and the speed of the game. And it's quite an adjustment to go from college to the pros. And if you study a lot of the quarterbacks, some of them don't get their stride until like the 5th or 6th year. He's doing well. He's on course to do very well. They also have the ability, the Panthers, to beat teams that people think are unbeatable when they show up. So it would be interesting to see if they have the ability to win the next couple of games. I would love to see that. The Rams, let's talk about the Rams for a second. A lot of the Rams' problems right now have to do with their secondary. They also have had a lot of key players injured. If Devontae Adams comes and Puka Nacua are firing on all cylinders, they are going to be insanely hard to beat. Matthew Stafford usually stays healthy enough that he can perform. But there is always signs that there's something wrong. He's old, right? He's done this. I believe this is his 18th season. So the 49ers, their Achilles heel is infamously, because of injuries, is the pass rush. And they're missing Fred Warner and Nick Bosa for a majority of the season. So we're going to have to see which people step up and do what they need to do. We're going to take a quick break, play some AI music, and be right back. I'm going to get myself a coffee, and we're going to battle through this together. Spinning Free. This is brand new too.
Is soaring, cut and go through the air. Strings wrap around like they've always been there. Trumpets shout freedom, violins hold me tight. This is the soundtrack of souls taking flight. With notes in a measure, no conductor can tame. Scattered like starlight, yet carrying one name. Hearts are the drums, breath is the bow. Every pulse says, darling, it's time to let go. Close your eyes, just feel the vibe. Surrender to the misty tribe. Let your feet tap to the sound. This universal stage where we're unbound. The groove that carries, the beat that bonds. We're drifting on a breezy song. Melodies on a higher plane. And every note, connections gain. Oh, we're alive in the symphony. Spinning free, spinning free. There's a tune that whispers softly through the noise. A silver thread that finds you, knows your voice. It says, wake up, love, you were never lost. Just dancing in the echo of a higher cost. Saxophone cries like a midnight prayer. Checkles answer low like they've always cared. We sway in the silence between every bar. That's where the real magic hides who we are. Close your eyes, just feel the vibe. Surrender to the misty tribe. Let your feet tap to the sound. This universal stage where we're unbound. The groove that carries, the beat that bonds. We're drifting on a breezy song. Melodies on a higher plane. In every note, connections gained. Oh, we're alive in the symphony. Spinning free, spinning free. In the cosmic dance where the heart can grow. With each beat and bar, let your spirit flow. No walls, no names, no yesterday's chains. Just the endless refrain. Grass is soaring, strings ignite. We're the song. We are the the beat that bonds with on a breezy song. On a higher plane, and every soul is sweet and free. Alive in the symphony. Forever unbound. Forever free. Spinning free. Listen. The universe is still playing our song.
I can't say I'm madly in love with the ending of that song, but great tune, just the same. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you and all that you do. We are going to just finish up this one exercise that we're doing here. This is the Achilles heel of each team that is in the playoffs, right? So the Packers, unfortunately, have lost Micah Parsons, Devontae Watt, and it has totally derailed the Packers. Their defensive line is just not the same. And because of that, people have had success, like Derrick Henry with his 216-yard, 4-touchdown performance in Week 17. The Packers also have had a horrendous time, I would say, in the last 6 weeks, finding momentum. They've had okay bouts with teams that have been less than 500. But anyone who has been a bit of a challenge, they've had a rough time. So we're going to have to see what the outcome is going to be in this game. Are the Packers going to be one and done? I think it's a very strong possibility. Are the 49ers going to be a one and done? I think that is also a possibility. The Eagles, I highly doubt it. I am rooting for the Bears, but the Bears are going to have to perform a miracle to be able to get beyond the first game. They have had such a beautiful story. The rebound that they've had over 1 year is incredible. If they are to accomplish anything, like even get one game, this is far beyond anything anyone had ever anticipated for them. We are going to right now have a look at what we got in the vault here. We are going to play Suno AI Sunrise and Remix. I hope you enjoy it.
Bright sunrise with you in my mind, a clearer self-vision is now what I find. My heart is opening to new frequencies, so divine. Pearls of wisdom now opening doors once closed. Treasures of spiritual guidance placed upon my path. My eyes see with such clarity the joy and peace my angels have given me. You ask me about my secret dreams, but truth is they're blurry scenes beyond time and space. My mind's a mess. Wake up, reality's a cosmic test. Funk rhythms got me throwing down my shoes. Groove so rich I'm light, got nothing to lose. Dancing through life with the stars in my step. Each beat's a chapter, every note's my rep. With Suno and Udio at my fingertips, I can make music that's far from the cribs. A new age of sound, a digital creation. Eyes the key to this funky sensation. The universe spins, but I'm standing still, riding the waves on this auditory thrill. Just believe in the power of prayer. Start your day with a grateful heart. Yes, our love, we will always be blessed. Connect to all the divine goodness. The funk will free your mind. The funk is so good, nothing's gonna free us from the funk. Life is consciousness in motion. Human touch is a powerful source of healing. I will be calling your name in my mind. Success is living a life rich with gratitude and praise. Your love comforts my weary soul. Shout MGP is a source of love and life. Reach out and touch your inner good. mixed with AI innovation creates a sound that's pure elation. Let's dance to this new text rhythm in this funky driven system.
Ooh, I like that ending. That one is really good. Really, really good. That's an old song that was retooled. Been doing a lot of that recently since V5 has come about. We are grateful to all the individuals that are on LinkedIn, X, Twitch, YouTube. Tried to do, they talked for the longest time about Instagram being direct, just like Facebook is. And it isn't. But according to this, it's sending information. Oh, let's see. Is this, yeah, it says unable to connect. Interesting. And I know what you have to do. You have to do it a different way. It's a totally different process. It's annoying that you can't. And I hope that they fix that in the future. And I know exactly why it is. Um, I wish that TikTok would be a little bit more flexible about what kind of broadcast you can put through here. They want you to do just gaming, and I don't do gaming. I'm not a gamer, unfortunately. We also do on here. Let's just have a quick look here. See if I don't think it'll do that, but it will do this. Let's save the image. Okay. So what I can do is I can share the screen. That I can do. So let's get rid of this. And now suddenly I'm huge. Video storage, screen share. Here we go. And fortunately, I kind of know how to work it better than I used to. X Pro 3 mozzarella. Yep. And it lets you see what you're going to share. So there it is. All right. So we've got a whole bunch going on here. Let's have a good. Oh, yeah. This is interesting. Let's have a look at this together. See if you guys can see this. I'm going to save it. Might be able to use it later. Yeah. So because of the cap, there's cap space of over 100 million with the Raiders. And they're basically talking about their QB, I guess, right? Which is Geno Smith. Will he find a new home? Will he stay there and become a backup? Kyler Murray, I think on the right team could be phenomenal, or the right coach. And maybe keep that asset and try it one more year with a different system. And you might have a better outcome. And not that the outcome was that bad. Like they weren't embarrassing like some teams are. But if we're looking at as a coach landing, that's not a bad place. The Titans have always had a problem. I don't know what it is. Cam Ward is phenomenal, but they have cap space of 105 million. That's insane. New York would be fun to be a part of. The fan base is insanely passionate about wins, losses. They will make it quite known how they feel about your performance and how you're doing. Shadir, they are a mess, that system. I don't know if anybody would want to walk in there. I don't know why they got rid of Kevin Stefanski. You're not going to get anybody better than him. And there's going to be a slew of people that want him. We also got Michael Penix Jr. with the Falcons, who I think could be easily in the Super Bowl with the right coach. I know that's a bold statement, but look at the transformation of the Patriots this year. Look at the transformation of Denver, how well they've done this year, right? Don't forget about the Bears, the transformation. Jacksonville, right? The Jags. They're all these teams were on the ropes. The NFL now, the right system, the right mindset, you can be a top tier, a top 10 team and go from being, ranked 28th. So I have great belief. The other thing is, too, there's always such great talent coming up through the draft. Half the time they don't know who it's going to be, but we tend to find some of the key pieces. I wonder how Shadir is doing with the idea of losing Kevin Stefanski. Is he relieved? Is he happy? There has been rumors that fans want Dion to be the coach. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think he's equipped to have the leverage that he needs with pros. And he has even said that. No one's going to listen to him. Not at that level. Where, yeah, and this here, I'm not convinced that he is as great as he once was. Is he good? Is he a mid-tier coach? Sure. Is he great at building a system? Does he have a powerful resume of the things he's done, including winning a Super Bowl? Yes. Is he able to inspire the people around him in the same way that his brother does? I don't know. I've always wondered, wow, if you could get those two egos together, working together, and make it a family affair, then you might have something. But I don't know if they could work together. At least not day in, day out. They might kill each other. I don't know. Maybe they get it wrong famously. But, this is kind of sad if you look at this. He gave it his all. He had probably the worst injury of his life. Is he going to be able to come back to the same degree that he was in the past years? I don't know. But I can honestly say that he left it on the field. And he is probably dying inside knowing that he can't be in the playoffs today. That is probably killing him. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, this is good. I like this. So we are looking at the AP All-Pro 2025 first team offense. So I'm going to see if you guys can see it full range here. I don't think so. This might be as good as it can be. How about this? We're going to try one more. Ooh, that one's pretty good. That's pretty good indeed. All right. So we are looking at, let's see here. Trey McBride, totally agree with that. Christian McCaffrey, yes. Jamar Chase, yes. Jackson Smith, Njigba. I still think he's the best in the league. Puka Nacua, one of the most underrated running backs. And how do I say this? He is a wide receiver with the power and the strength of a running back. He is insanely hard to get down. And defenders have talked about that. He doesn't look like he's a brute, but he is incredibly strong and has the core strength of a running back. And to me, the way that he is able to get himself in position and get out of situations, he doesn't run to me like a timid wide receiver. Not at all. DK Metcalf is the same. DK Metcalf, to me, has that kind of power. A.J. Brown is another that I'm thinking of. Bijan Robinson, one of the most underrated players in the league. Just that system has to get better, and I think it will next year. I'm hoping. I'm hopeful. Matthew Stafford, this might be the last time around the track. This might also be the last time they have an opportunity to get him into the Super Bowl playoffs. So we'll have to see how that goes. I have people within my inner circle who don't really celebrate the All-Star games and feel like they're just a waste of time. But I think to be recognized by your peers for a job well done must feel phenomenal to make that team. It's also got to be great on your resume. I love this right here. Let's have a look here. Probably, well, I don't know if you can, let's click it and then you'll see one more. There we go. To me, the greatest surprise this year. I knew he was good, but I didn't know to this level. I really didn't. And he's the only rookie to reach 1,000 yards this season as a wide receiver. And McMillan is the real deal. He's been lucky enough not to get injured, which is fantastic. Okay, so let's have a quick look here. Let's see if we can get this to fit better. You can kind of see it. All right. This might be our best option right there. Okay. So I'm not convinced that the Texans are going to just walk away with this. I think there's a very good chance the Steelers could come up, especially now that DK Metcalf is back. I think the Jags will beat the Bills. And the Patriots and the Chargers, I'm going to go with the Patriots. I'm not even sure what I put down. I don't even know if I put anything down, period. But that's what I think. So I'm going Steelers, Jags, Patriots, and then you can see there that the Broncos earned the bye, right? Because they had the top seed. And then the Seahawks earned their bye on the other side here of the equation. So if you're looking at LA and the Panthers, I think everybody and their grandmother has picked LA. I'm going to go with LA. I still have immense faith in the 49ers, but they're really beat up. So I'm going to go with Super Bowl champions from last year. Fly, Eagles, fly. Philadelphia style. Jalen Hurts. I hope he comes to bat. My heart wants the Cowboys to be in this, but they're not. What happened to the Cowboys this year? Absolutely shocked the Ravens didn't find a way to wiggle in here. And, anybody who knows me knows I love Baker Mayfield. He also, this was not a great year. But Chicago looks like they've got the stuff with Caleb. And he is insanely effective in the fourth quarter. And he does well when the lights are on. And it is a pressure cooker. And I think he has the mental acuity to get through this. So let's see how it goes for him. I'm going with Chicago against Green Bay. I'm going with Philly against the 49ers. I'm going to go with LA against the Panthers, but any of these, I wouldn't want to bet my house. Let's put it that way. Anybody who's putting a lot of money down, good luck. But to me, the most stressful game of these pairings has to be the Bills against the Jags, because my heart wants the Bills to win. I feel like if the Bills don't win this year, and I mean everything, there's never been a grander opportunity for them, a better stage. Problem is the competition now is just getting better every year. It really is. And you can say that you can predict what's happening, but if you look at the best analyst in the world right now, they didn't do very well. Very few analysts did well because a lot of it didn't work within, the stats. And a lot of them base most of what they do for, the information they have in front of them. And a lot of it just didn't make sense this year. And the Panthers are one of those teams that found a way to win when it seemed to matter. And they also had the luck of the draw. Matt Ryan, anybody know who that is? Once a pretty darn good quarterback, now president of football for the Falcons. I hope that's going to be a good fit. I hope that will help them. I don't know enough about him to know. Huh. This is interesting. I'm going to have a look at that. Let's see what we got here. So the final rookie report card. Okay. So they've got Jackson Dart here. And he had 216 completions on 339 attempts for 2,272 yards with 15 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, along with 86 carries. And this is the most impressive thing about him, is he is insanely deadly when it comes to scrambling and very elusive and deceptive speed. I was very pleased with that. So they gave him a rookie grade as B plus, his long-term upside as an A. So they're saying he's the guy for New York. And I have to agree with that. I don't think New York is going to do any better than him. Now they just need to get a good coach in there and good pieces. And so we'll see. Cam Ward. The Titans are in flux as an organization. If you had to pick a direction they're trending on right now, it's down. I like that. But he proved to be tough. He didn't shy away from maybe getting sacked if there was an opportunity, if he waited a second or two to maybe throw the ball. They gave him a C minus and a long-term upside as C plus. I personally think he'll do phenomenal in the new year. Tyler Shout is phenomenal this year. What a wonderful surprise. He was great. He finished off strong. He showed that when it mattered most, he was able to come forward. They had a great last 3-4 games. They gave him a final rookie grade of C, and his long-term upside is a B minus. Shadir Sanders, this will be interesting. He had 120 completions on 212 attempts for only 1,400 yards and 7 touchdowns. Now, here's the thing. He didn't really get a chance to play that much because they gave Dillon Gabriel a chance, which he deserved. He earned that. He was drafted, I think in the second round, if I'm correct. I'm not too concerned about Shadir in his first year. I think he's going to be one of those quarterbacks that will get better each and every year. They gave him a grading of C minus with a long-term upside of B. Okay, so we just talked about Dillon Gabriel. He also had 110 completions on 185 attempts for 937 yards with 7 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, along with 14 carries for 86 yards. Okay, so let's see how that. So we're looking, here's what's really weird. They had almost the same sample size. Shadir had 120 completions on 212 attempts for 1,400 yards and 7 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. So he was terrible with the interceptions. He also had 21 carries for 169 rushing yards and 1 rushing touchdown. So if you look at both of them, their grades are almost identical. Yeah, see, I think this is harsh where they gave him a final rookie grade of F. I don't think he failed. I think the team failed him. Yep. But they got a long term upside of D, and they've got a B for Shadir. So we'll have to see. Maybe that has to do more with the size. Okay, I think that's it for that. And get rid of this. Okay, we're back where we were. And we have just enough time here for one more direction. Oh, this is cool. Interesting. Ray Davis made first team special teams. I'm so happy for him. Ray Davis, his story is very unique. He had an insanely difficult childhood and somehow made it up through the ranks of, the Bills. I think he started with the practice squad and now is on the special teams. He's a running back. I think he's the backup running back at times, but he has great potential, I think, in the future to do some wonderful things. That makes me very happy to see him on this list. Only just knowing a little bit about his story. All right, what else do we got here? Oh, okay. This is interesting. Huh. So for the Cowboys, the AP All-Pro second team, George Pickens as a wide receiver, Brandon Aubrey, who is, I think, in the top 3 kickers that I've ever seen. And then Turbin. Interesting. Return special. Oh, yeah, he's brutal. Like, he gets to step on you and you're gone. I know exactly who that is now. Yeah, he is lightning fast. Yeah, and he is really good at finding a seam and he's gone. That's a skill. That really is. Turpin, not Turbin. I know who that is, though. I've only from the highlight reels. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you and all that you do, each and every one of you. We've got the notifications here. I just want to say hello to Maria, Simone. I see you there. Christy, Maria again. We've got Solomon. Thank you, sir. Thank you for all that you do. We've got PD. We've got Bulbin or Bulby. Bulby I've probably known for over 10 years. We got Netta. Thank you, Netta. That's very sweet of you. We've got Rose. We've got Tony D. Who else do we got here? We got Felix P. Nader, who has been a supportive friend over the years. We also have Nadine, right from the gut. I like that. Dr. Marcel Volmir, stay safe, will. And who else? We've got Beth again, Netta, Nito's Digital. Let's get it out. Nino's Digital Cafe. Nino's Digital Cafe. Appreciate you, guy. He's great. He does wonderful videos every day. And he's really transformed his body. Nino's Digital Cafe. Thank you so much.